It's all starting off where we've got pretty much 80% of the field out getting their laps in. There is only 16 drivers, so this Q1 is only to decide one. So one person's going to get knocked out. So it is slowest of the bunch that will start from the back, as it usually is. So we're in, as I said, we're in Q1. People going around setting laps now. So early setters then. Who do we think? Who do we think is going to be in the drop zone then? Session.
You do realise that means us saying one driver, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a bit harsh if you directly just say one straight up. Bit harsh.
Well, it could be it could be pace. It could be. All right, we'll glaze over that then. We'll move. Who do you reckon will be at the top? So let's go for praise instead then.
Desert Eagle.
I actually don't think so, because
or this Ben guy that Michael keeps going on about.
Yeah. I don't think it is going to be Eagle. I've practiced with Eagle, in fact with quite a few of the drivers, and he not really good around this track. But he says
35.7.
35.7.
But
no, he doesn't
not
seem
super quick.
He doesn't seem comfortable with this track lately.
It's a very strange track, this one. You either love it or you hate it. I think there's not really a middle ground here.
HLG is going to be the one to watch today, because obviously he was in the F1 division last night. Got a 11th place. Got to be quite unlucky to get 11th place because he was caught up in the first lap shenanigans. So he's determined to do this, especially after getting a barrel roll last season, as we keep.
Oh, that was spectacular.
It was. But
so Eagle is top.
Eagle's at the top at the minute. One thing that we do need to mention is it won't be JB or Legends at the top of the GP2 division anymore. Those two have decided to part company with the GP2 division for various other reasons, of which we won't divulge into. But it's opened up this division, and it really has thrown the cat amongst the pigeons as who could be up at the top, on top of those standings. So we could see some really close racing here today, which is what we're all here to watch. So let's just see how that all pans out.
There you go,
okay,
LC Ben.
I now believe you, Michael.
Yeah, told you.
4.8. That's still beatable.
Bearing in mind it's Q1, so the pace isn't exactly up there yet. The track's still rubbering in, but yeah.
It's quite cloudy as well, which is something we've got to take into consideration.
He's one of 3 new drivers to the league in total. This week we have Pro LFC Ben, who's in the Mercedes. We have Lates, who's in My Team Hearts. And we also have BDRW, who's in Team Red Bull. All 3 are probably the best people I've ever met on an F1 league, because they're so passionate. They literally practice 4 times a day at least, and I'm not joking. So they put a lot of time into perfecting their craft for this week, and I wish them well. I hope they have fun doing it as well. Yeah. It's their first ever racing league as well, so yeah, good luck to them.
That's the key. Keep it fun. That's what matters. So HRG leaving it late. He's on his out lap at the minute. So let's watch him go around. Yet to set a time. Down in 15th place. Oh, that's an interesting one.
0 place grid penalty.
A 0 place grid penalty.
That's pretty lenient from the FIA there.
For a collision with someone that's nowhere near him. Interesting.
Interesting, that one. Joran is the fastest of the Super Soft runners with a 37.2. Could definitely go quicker than that, Joran. You know you can. Is it just the track, or it seems like the track's a bit slow?
Seal's out.
Oh, he's crashed
That's a bad accident. That's a crash.
Well, there you go. Everyone's going through now.
That's it. Yeah. So everyone can kind of relax. So what he's done, he's come down the back straight, DRS wide open, foot flat to the floor. He's gone into that hard braking zone at the bottom of the back straight, lost the back end, and obviously put it into the wall.
He's
He's obviously flicked it too hard into the left. Yeah,
Indeed,
he's flicked it too hard to the left.
he's
and it's,
flicked
and it's
it, yeah,
spun
and he's lost the end because of the DRS.
Yeah, the DRS,
open.
yeah. As TF1 Limit comes out for his final parting in the Sauber. It will be his final race in the Sauber as he's moving homes and won't have time to join back into the racing.
I have, I did say to him, the doors are always open for him to return when he can, if he can. So yeah, he messaged me literally like an hour or two before the race started saying it's going to be his last one because of, oh by the way, he used to be called Team Sub, just in case people, viewing has thought, oh, who's this one? Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Yeah, it used to be Team Sub. He's changed his name to TF1 Limit. Whether he's paying homage to Limitless is another question. Yep, he is not returning anymore. HLG's behind him and is on a yep, he's getting out of the way.
Gets out of the way. Oh. That's
a manual retirement, that's fine. BDRW.
That's a manual retirement. I wish there was a way to tell. I think that people are starting to cotton on that we might not need these remaining 8 minutes.
But let's see what HLG can do. Oh, a little bit sideways coming out that corner there. See whether he can get anywhere near Ben.
So he changes up to 5th then in between the last 2 corners. Changes up to 5th, pops it in 2nd place. It's a good lap from HLG.
He can go quicker than that. There were mistakes in that lap, and he knows it. Well, I know it.
I'll tell you what, someone else to look out for. Fast-X part-time.
Yeah.
35.949 up in 4th. That's a second off the leader. That's.
Oh, Williams. That was
very bit of a snaking going on down that back straight. Should have got away with that one though. Nothing too. Has he run out of fuel? Yes. Yeah, he's run out of fuel.
Lack of fuel. He nearly got away with his teammate Asa there, or Asa. Is it Asa or Asa? I don't know.
Asa. Surely Asa.
Unless you want to consider, can completely keep on saying ass all day, but yeah.
Well.
Yeah, that would be pun central.
Here comes Asa anyway. Ooh, goes second. 35.5.
Second. Very close between him and HLG.
No one can even touch Ben at the moment in this session.
0.05 of a second between those two, exactly. So Ben's 0.7 up, and I've just been attacked by my desk. So apologies for that. So Ace has run out of fuel as well.
Everybody needs to set a lap though. That is the thing they need to do. And wow, that was close. That was very, very close.
You're gonna tell me what that was?
Oh, I was on board with my driver TF1 Limit, and
yeah,
he got a bit hot into the he got a bit hot into the entry of the pit lane, but there was no damage done.
Lucky to still have a front wing, I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
It was very close. So then,
on board of
Master Optical G, Marsdino, still to set times. So Optical's coming round now, drops it into 4th for the penultimate corner, goes up to 5th, drops it back to 4th, crosses the line, goes 6th.
Not bad Optical.
Not a bad lap at all. A 1:36.270. Not a bad lap from Optical. Is he running again? Has he got... Let's have a look. He's got the fuel to run again, and it looks like he is running again.
Eagles doing his usual.
Then.
Eagles doing his usual thing of you're safe, but yet you're going out for another lap, so don't crash it. That kind of thing. She tends to do. It really baffles me.
Grinds your
ever
gears.
since he's joined us.
I think the one to look back on is back in Singapore last year. The rain had come down. He went out on slicks and nearly put it in the wall 2 or 3 times.
But he did put it in the wall in Belgium when he was safely through.
Yes, you're right. He did. So, everyone has Shadow Racer been for a spin?
Nah, he just
Looks
pulled
like
up
he-
to. Nah, he pulled up to retire.
Set timer pulled up.
Miles
that's fine.
Dino coming around the last corner.
Oh, he got
and
below steer.
he has done a
Just.
1:45.2.
Oh, he needs to do a set
TF1
lap
limit
time at
does
this
need
point.
to set a lap, and he has come out. Everybody apart from the Haas driver and
Maldini is retired. Oh. Running with a lot of fuel, TF1 limit. He's running with 5.5 laps of fuel. One of the 3 drivers still remaining yet to retire. Of course, he needs to set a lap time to get ahead of the sleep seal. To jump him and get through to Q2.
He just needs to set a lap, really, doesn't he? As
It can be as slow as he likes, and he just needs to make sure he keeps it out of all. That's all that he needs to do.
I noticed Kane Robbo, who, by the way, is Bart. There's a couple of people changed their gamer tags. Keeps on lagging up the lobby. I hope his connection gets better before we start the race.
That is only time will tell on that one.
Now, I'll tell you what, guys, especially after my average performance last night, I'm looking forward to this race. I have a bottle of Peroni and some chocolate raisins.
Very
wow.
nice.
Do you know what I have? I have some Sainsbury's basic tortilla chips. Very nice.
I
By the
have
way-
nothing.
By the way, other beers
Got no
are
food.
available, just in case we get any...
Oh yeah, we can't endorse any sponsoring.
Oh,
We are always open to sponsorship offers, so please do feel free to contact us at
Yep, Cody's.
especially
ATA
if the
Gaming.
F1 stream, especially if the F1 stream is anything to go by, they say sponsors literally every freaking second. You know, that's them.
So let's watch TF1 limit go round now. Gets up into 8th gear for the long turn 3.
I hope he does well
Drops it into
before
4th.
his, shall we call it sabbatical?
Yeah. Sabbatical. That's a very good way of putting it. So let's watch him around then. See how he gets on. Just any
Yeah,
time
few-
will do. Oh, that's a little
notable
light,
absentees
but
here,
doesn't-
guys. By the way, as well, including IGD Skyline, which is not normal of him. But
He's asleep.
Especially as he's up at the top of the championship as well. So
indeed. Who else is not here? Exor Mansell not here as well. Of course, the new Ferrari driver. Who else is not here? Tufty Candy, the Toro Rosso. And I believe that's it, to be honest. The rest are normal drivers. Why is there only 4? I'm missing out a few.
no, full would put us at a full lobby.
Did I say 4? Did I say 4 names? Oh, Mr.
I
Pyro.
believe you did.
Pyro's not here as well.
Oh,
Oh, he set a time. There we go. 37.1.
sets the time. That'll do. So, will everyone retire, or is he running
Why is
again?
Miles Dino in 16th?
That's a very good point. He wasn't. A sleep seal was behind him a minute ago. That
Is it
could be
because of the
interesting.
time? No, it can't be because
Is it
Feels behind
107%?
potentially I've never seen it really, to be honest. So
Oh, this could be
Did Miles
interesting.
Dino
Well, they both-
crash out?
No, he set a lap. I mean, it was the quickest of laps, but he still set one.
perhaps
Yeah,
he
but did he
lagged
like
up
crash
Robbie.
out on the in lap?
I didn't. see that. We'll have to. So that's a situation to keep an eye on then.
Race director. See what's up. Oh my god. Wow, chat.
Are we going to see plenty of corner cutting?
Sleep Seal's the only one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Sleep Seal is the only one that is
there.
terminal damage. So yeah, Mazdinho has not crashed, so it could be the 107% rule, because we never had this really.
It could be, because he's a fair way off.
Mm.
But no, so it's from F1 limit retires. So does that drop Mazdinho out of the session?
I don't think it
We
should, but
wait and see. It shouldn't do.
it does.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, he's over 10 seconds behind the leader. That's why.
He's over 10.3 behind the leader.
Also,
so first time you
Bossman-
see that rule come in.
Also, Bossman did get a penalty, even though it came up as 0 grid penalty. It's come up in the race director.
So he's
as we
got
look at it.
That's an
5 place
incredibly
grid
harsh
penalty.
penalty for an accident we didn't really see.
I'm sure we can sort that out
What
when
did
we
he
get
get?
to it. 5 place grid penalty.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh,
it's
it's raining
raining.
in Q2.
Right.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But
Throws the cat amongst the pigeons. Is
if
it
you
wet
put it-
enough
still dry
for
on track.
inters?
Still
Yeah,
dry on
it's
track.
still. It's a case of you can get round for 1 lap possibly, and that's it, because they can all go out on dry tyres. It's literally, you know, whoever comes out the pits first,
Fish.
which is Shadow and
So
Callum,
Callum,
your Shadow
Shadow
racer,
Racer,
let's
your guys
go.
getting out there.
Shadow John. See, look,
It's
they've
gonna
got to
be
be
a
super
race
careful
round.
though. They've got to be super careful.
Yes,
Look,
it's
the
gonna
spray's
be
coming up
slippery.
already.
And the rain is picking up.
So the thing would be is DRS is not disabled clearly, because if they can go out dry tyres, then it's not disabled. So you will get. Yeah, this is the complicated thing. The people that are first out, Shadow, Joran, who's next up, Bossman, Pretender. Bossman has hit the wall though.
Hey.
Why is he
Oh, it's slippery out there.
congested?
Bossman
Getting
on the
congested as
bumpers.
well.
HLG in late. No, not late. What? I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna record that. HLG had a kerfuffle.
I'm
Coming
late
off
because he's in the pit.
We've got
Third turn.
a
Yeah, I
a
know.
fair few pairs running around here. Pro
It's the
X
special-
LFC Ben
Oh,
and
come
oh contact! Pro LFC has lost a bit of his front wing.
Who did he
That's
hit?
gonna hurt him. One of the Saubers, I believe he hit.
One of the Saubers, yeah.
TF1 limit.
What is he doing?
Oh,
He's
it's-
trying to overtake them.
Having a ding dong.
He's trying to overtake
they're
him.
having a
but
ding-dong.
he's got a damaged front wing. So is he trying to get and go out again?
He can't. You've literally got to set a lap as quick as you can with the conditions. But what people are doing, they're getting mixed up.
TF1. Oh, this is getting a bit of a squeeze going on. Squeezes all over the place.
Come on, guys.
3 cars
Get the
very
space.
bunched up there. So TF1 limit goes round to start his lap. It's Shadow Racer that's going to have the best of the conditions here.
The fact that I saw 6 on the straight, BDRW's left. Where's he left?
That could have. So that's one to keep an eye on. Shadow
One of
Racer
you-
being followed round by Joran.
One of you invite him back if you can. Because the rule I always say, I know it's I know that they obviously want to set a lap as quickly as they can, so I can kind of see it from their point of view. But
Bossman's retired. Bossman's in the wall. Exit of turn 4.
Yeah, but the rule is still, if you're the car behind, you have to leave the space behind it. Message from BDRW. Lagged me out. Okay, just invite you back. No problem.
So this is the lap times. We got to keep an eye on these. So it's going to be Shadow.
Right.
Are we going to see Shadow Racer go?
So
Shadow.
Shadow's
Followed by
going to probably
Joran.
set the second fastest lap here because Joran is quicker this lap.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it might be the second fastest just because of the fact that he is actually just the first one over the line.
Joran
That's
goes
a
at 142.3, 141.8.
Yeah. So
Joran
it's
obviously
now
going quicker then.
let's see.
DRS hasn't
you
been
can see
disabled
that
yet,
bar
has
on the
it?
track.
No, it's still DRS. DRS is still on. This is interesting. Very interesting. Could Shadow Racer find himself in trouble? Acer doesn't go slowest of the bunch. TF1 limit. I think the conditions have already gone. Mackie, impressive lap on the supers to go 7th. I don't. That might not be enough to get him through though. Oh,
Ace has lost it.
Ace has retired. Turn 1. That's an interesting one. That is.
How's he done that? Unless he's hit the curb
Has he
and
spun the
gone
wheel?
into the
Yeah,
wall?
I think he's spun the wheels up coming out of the little kink in turn 2, and he's just gone straight onto that inside wall.
These very tricky conditions are throwing a lot of these drivers.
So Pro X LFC Ben, quickest of the bunch at the minute. Closely followed by Master Optical G and then Desert Eagle.
It's an almost disaster for HRG because he's one of the last people to set a lap. One of the tips for pole when he's in trouble of being knocked out into Q2.
He was one of the last ones out, but the rain doesn't seem to be getting heavier, which is the bizarre thing. So HRG could still be within a chance here. Sauber gets out of his... Oh, bit of a slide. Going into the first of the double chicanes. Drops it into 3rd for the left, and then the right gets it up into 4th, which is key in these conditions. It gives you the traction coming out of the corner. Gets it in, touches the inside corner. Drops it to 3rd for the final corner. Where's this going to put him? 7th.
Mackie's really got in the way of HRG on his lap there. Really badly.
Who?
Mackie.
How can it be Mackie? Mackie's way behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mackie's
No,
in,
literally, like...
Mackie's in the last
Yeah.
sector.
Yeah, yeah.
He must have been going slow. Oh, Mackie's out of fuel, that's what it is.
Yeah, Mackie's out of fuel. Didn't get out of the way of HRG.
Rain
Dom was
Recorded it.
one of the dominant on the initial run. Must have invalidated, and he didn't set a lap. And now the conditions are obviously a lot worse. He's on the super softs to add to that, and he hasn't done enough to get in.
So with Dom going out on the super softs, does that tell us it's a dry start? Dom trying to run the contra strategy.
Maybe.
Because surely if it was a wet start, you'd be out on the ultras. So will part-time improve? Can he creep into Q3? It looks slippy. Cautiously onto the gas, down the back straight. Well, we call it a back straight, but there's about 3 corners involved in it, so gets it slowed down nicely for turns 14 and 15.
It's really weird because DRS is still not disabled, so obviously...
As I said, it's not that heavy, the rain.
It's just damp, isn't it? It's just a fine
It's just damp.
sheen of
It's
water.
an oily circuit. And Dom
In the
abandons.
He weren't
Well
improving.
off anyway. He was quite a way off actually.
So this could be an interesting top 10, which has the
It's gonna be a
likes
very
of Mackie.
interesting top 10.
Has the likes of Mackie, who's never been into Q3. Obviously TF1 limit. I don't think he's ever been in the top 10. Late's obviously on his debut, which is fantastic. Optical G up there in 2nd.
The
Shadow
question
Racer.
is,
Shadow
what's
Racer up there in
the interval for the wets to dries here?
I was about to say that. What's the kind of
'Cause
inter time?
Could Dom go quicker on the inters? I think Desert Eagle's thinking about it because he's put the inters on.
Well, when you're in the pits, obviously you can have a look at the tyres to see what the delta is between the difference, and
That's what I mean.
I think you're right. I think Don could go quicker than a 44.
So Shadow Racer's retired
Yeah.
on a 42.3, which he should be safe. HRG's
The
putting
rain is
inters
getting
as
heavier.
well. It is getting heavier. Who's coming out? So McLaren.
The Eagle must be
DRS
DRS
disabled.
disabled. There you go.
Joran retires.
So
Eagle
so
comes
the
out then on
only
the
way-
intermediates.
it's the only way to get through to Q3 is he has to beat a 44.6 from Lakes to get in there. Tough.
So
tough
Dom's
call.
sitting in effective 11th place with Acer and Bossman both crashing out.
Mhm.
So Dom's coming out on the inters, along with HLG and Desert Eagle 49. So we'll follow those guys round, see if... I don't know, that might be borderline. Dom might be able to just scrape it in. Not with a line like that through turn 1, he won't. Sticking to the rules though, that's what we like to see. Going through the imaginary barrier that is there in real life. It's slippery out there.
It's that grip
Did
and
Eagle
that
just
long
spin?
left.
Yeah, Eagles just had a spin. So Eagles had a spin.
I know.
This
Prolifsy
was the
Ben
same for you
is out
guys
as well.
yesterday. But that long left-hander in the damp is effectively just a drift pane. You just slide around there.
Yep.
That's all my raisins.
Jesus Christ.
So 4 minutes 26 to go. Michael's finished his raisins. He may need more refreshments for the race. But that's the more intriguing question is, can part-time creep into Q3? He's out on the inters. Mackey's staying in the pits.
Anyone
along
sixth
with
or lower.
Oh,
Very
no,
safe.
part-time! He's in the wall. That could be the end of that quest.
See
Think
the,
it
see
is
the
front
slide
left
coming
end
from
plate.
Amada.
Went in a bit too hot. Yeah, he's missing a lot of his left front wing.
Quite a lot of people coming out on the inters.
But staying out, interestingly. Oh no, that's a very late pit entry from part-time. That's an
did he not
interesting
take
one.
the proper entry? He didn't, did he?
Well, the
No.
minute he went into the pits, he scooted over. So that's it then, Dom's out. He might get out in time if he can get a quick turnaround on those tyres.
He can probably get out and get a lap in. Maybe.
So Callum, obviously in the F1 race, if people obviously didn't see it, quite a few viewers. Got 7 viewers at the moment. Probably most of those are F1 drivers popping in to have a watch. So good evening to you. The F1 race last night had a intermediate start to a dry finish. What is the difference when the track goes wet, Callum? I mean, what are the, apart from the obvious like turn 3 drift zone?
I don't know why, but I think they've kind of made it so that it is more slippy. It's a newer surface. Like when the water hits it, it turns into an ice rink. That's what it feels like anyway.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
It's as I think because they do say this a lot in like the real life F1, don't they? That the newer surfaces don't take the water as well because they're not like they're very smooth.
Oh, Skyline's here.
Signs here. Yeah, no, it is horrible in the wet. I struggled in the wet on the first few laps and somehow managed to keep Floodlines and you, Michael, behind me. But yeah, that was just a bit mad. It was a bit mad, but when it goes dry, me and Master Krog were flying. So
I tell you what, Skyline is one very lucky boy because the lobby was locked down to 19 people, and I think we have lost. Have we lost someone? I don't know who we've lost. be Martino or someone. Yeah.
That's always the tough decision, though, when you've got a dry setup and a half layout race. Oh, Desert Eagle with a big drift through turn 3. That gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Stellar drift there.
See,
don't know how he kept that one.
See, again, Eagle, I'm screaming at you. If you crash... Oh, why does he do this? He does this every single week. You're through.
He's
if you
pushing.
crash, you're out of Q3. You can't take part.
What's his lap time?
I mean, maybe he's getting practice for Q3, which, you know, could be wet. See, again! See, again!
Oh, he's
Front
in the
wing
wall.
gone. He's lucky. That could have been a front left tyre going off by itself. Very lucky from Desert Eagle.
Right.
Very
Right,
lucky.
Desert Eagle, when you watch this race back, because I presume you will be at this point, just sort of rewind the YouTube video and have a look at that, what you just did. Take that as a message. Don't go out if you're already through.
Keep it calm.
Oh, he's on the curb.
It's like one of my own drivers. It's so
He's
annoying
still
to me.
going for it.
He doesn't
I
need
think
to.
he's
He's
retired.
retired.
He's retiring.
Uh,
Tire man. Both Saubers into Q3. Let's go.
both horses.
No Ferraris,
Yes.
I don't think, which is pretty upsetting.
No.
I don't think I've seen a Ferrari all commentary, to be honest. Desert Eagle then goes third. And is probably sitting a little higher in his seat than he was at the start of the session after that slide. So it's Bossman, BDRW and Fastex Part-Time that depart in Q2 as we go through to Q1 to see who's going to get pole in these interchangeable conditions. Will it get heavier? Will it stay like rain, or will it even dry up? We don't know. It's all what we're waiting to find out and see as we go into Q1. Q3, sorry. Yes, of course, Q3. Not Q1. We've done Q1.
Done Q1 about 20 minutes ago, Krog. Come on.
Oh, I do getting my sessions muddled up. So Marsdino's still here. And it stopped raining.
Oh, come on. Now you're
This
just
is
confusing me,
we've only
Russia.
got 9 drivers.
Yeah, because Thingy got through. I think Asa would have got through, but obviously he crashed.
Thingy.
Asa. Or Asa. Asa got through on his time.
We'll go
on his
Shadow.
time he would have gone through.
Shadow is the first one out again.
So Shadow using the advantage of being furthest up the pit
Guys,
lane.
it's still damp. It's still damp on the
It
tyres.
is very damp. Yeah.
Ooh.
So this could be a session where last across the line gets the job done, but it's not much spray. Shadow Racer lets Joran go through.
Well, that was HLG and went to the wrong one. So, who's gonna get pole? Which guys who are you going for, guys?
I really don't know.
I have no idea. Now it's dry. HLG probably has a chance. That Ben, I'm just gonna call him Ben. Probably has the chance as well. Master Optical G looked like he had a bit of pace, so we'll have to see.
We could be in for a 3-horse battle here for pole. I think if I would probably go for LFC Ben, HLG, and Optical G for the 3 for pole.
I think, to be honest, I think my opinion on this is obviously if these two actually get their laps in, because it's very, very easy to invalidate your lap, especially under the pressure of qualifying. But I'd say under clean laps, I think it's going to be a HLG Ben front row. I just don't know what order.
Very true. Very true indeed.
I mean, as I said about track limits, I was 8 tenths up on my final one, which would have put me 4th. I cut the last corner, so I started 10th. and
I still do
West.
not know where my lap came from to put me in third yesterday. I have never done a 33.8 round here. I think my
I
best
love it
was
when
a
people say that.
33.9.
Now when people say that, Frantique, when the Eagle was like on a 33.6, I think it was, Frantique was like, oh, I'm not going to hit that, and he did.
But that's Frantique. He has bags of pace, just hiding under his desk. So, Joran will be the first to set a lap.
You want to take us through a lap when we get to it?
We
Oh, no.
can do.
Oh, well, he's already
Let's
on
get my
one. He's already on one.
I'll get my telemetry back as it keeps resetting after every session for some very bizarre reason.
We'll take a lap on Ben once John has finished his.
So we'll watch John round, and then we'll hop on board with Ben.
Person in the Twitch chat that's interested.
Always welcome
So-
drivers.
Take it away, Michael. Website and all that.
Right, so if you fancy to join the league, then message either myself, ATA Mr. Michaels on Xbox, or IGD Skyline, saying that you're interested, and obviously we'll put you forward. The forum that is interested, by the way, it's just a forum, it's just an information website where all the rules and regs are on it, and the way we do things is ataracing.proboards.com. That is without a www, obviously. So it's ataracing.proboards.com. Obviously message us on Xbox will be the best way to do that. As Optical G goes second behind Eagle. Come on, be in front of Eagle. Behind him. In front of him.
But we're not biased to any drivers, of course, though, on the commentary. So we're always open.
He's my driver for my team.
We're
All right.
always impartial. If there was a Ferrari here, I would be cheering them on. But sadly, I don't believe we have one racing today, which is always.
Anyway, Ben is starting his lap, so
Here we go. So
Take
let's
us.
talk.
I have put
Talk
a
me
link
through this one.
into the chat for anyone that wants to click on it.
thank
So
you.
Ben building up then down the front straight. He's fueled for 2 laps. Gets it all the way up into late into 8th gear, which is interesting. And you want to drop it down right into stays in 5th.
He's
Everyone
not going full
obviously
throttle.
seems to everyone seems to be disagreeing with me on how I do the lap.
No, listen
which is
to
always
his
interesting.
listen to his throttle croc, because he's not on.
He is. He's definitely giving it everything. No, you're
Oh,
not.
look,
You're
it's,
right.
look-
He's lifted. He's lifted.
Yeah, he's not going full pelt on this. HLG. Oh, HLG's on one. HLG's on one. Here we go.
HG
That's
1.2
Joran.
up. Joran
Nice.
puts in a 36.7, which is
Eagle,
immediately beaten by a
35.8.
35.8. Impressive from Eagle. Could HLG even rival that? HLG could rival that.
Yeah, pace is coming. I know these guys can hit
Keeps it in
34s
fourth,
if
drops
they
it
can.
into 5th, drops it into 3rd to get the run to the line.
HLG
with a
is
35.2. 6/10 quickest at the top. Impressive
Track's
lap
getting
from
faster, guys.
HLG is. So the question is, who's fueled to stay out? Or will we see everyone dive in and replenish the fuel levels? So Mackie comes in. Laces is fueled for 2 laps. So's Ben. So both the Haas and the Mercedes both fueled for 2 laps. And TF1 limit yet to set a time. So Ben crosses the line, goes 7th. That's a definite.
Right, he's going to
Lift,
go
4
full
seconds
pelt.
off.
So, right,
Here we
so
go.
take us through this lap.
8th gear, nice and early. That's how we should be doing it. Then you want to be looking for the inside curb on your left-hand side. Drop it down into 4th. Put half on the curb, half on the other one on your left-hand side. Then you want
Michael.
to ideally keep it tight. He's staying wide though. Keep it in 7th gear, which drops into 8th. Drop down to 5th for the right-hander. As again, everyone disagreeing with me. So you want to keep it going into the right-hander. Drops it into 4th. That I agree with. So we're now coming up to one of, I think, the hardest corners on the track. Because if you get it wrong, it's a corner cut, or if you run wide, it's a corner cut. But Ben does it beautifully into the middle sector, which is that's close. But I think he got away with it. Down to
I think it's
4th,
just about
into
fine.
the back straight. The back straight, which is made up of various slight kinks. So he makes his way through turn 12 into 13, and then you've got the right left of 14 and 15. Keep it in the middle of the track, flick it to the left as you come off camber down into turns 16 and 17. Low gear here, drops it into 3, keeps it third for the right hander. Then you've got the run to the penultimate corner, so you want to drop it into 4th, get the turn in nice and early, and then he gets a bit of a slide, but he's going to be quick. It's
34-1.
A 34-1.
There you go.
That's very quick.
And Michael?
Yeah.
Laters is out.
It's Patronus that wants to join.
Yay! I'm happy.
Michael, one of your drivers, I'm afraid, is out.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Lace's retired it. I think he's
Laters and Shadow Race are both retiring.
I actually said to Lates before he started, obviously, his first race, I said to him, you know, Q2 is a target. He's in Q3, so I think he's happy with this at the moment. I'm fine with that. Here comes Optical G on a lap, though. Well, according to Ben's lap, the track is now at its best. Yeah, track is now at its best. I mean, that lap from Ben, that was absolutely pinpoint perfect. It was literally to the limits of the track and nothing more, and that's the key around this. If you want to go quick, you know, low 34, even 33s, you need to push it right to the limits of the track. Try and get the best. I mean, Optical G so far this championship, he's been unlucky. He's got 8 points so far going into this race. And I think his pace is...
Oh, that's a corner cut. That should have been it. That should be a corner cut. Let's have a look on the race director for that one. Incidents. Yeah, that's a corner cut from... That's Master Optical G's lap invalid. He will have time to go again, but he will... He's put it in lean already. He's already saving fuel. So Optical G fueled for
Eagle
2
and
more
Mackie
laps.
are literally locked together on their out laps. Mackie's ahead
McLarens.
of Eagle.
We see a bit of towing going on here down the back straight. Oh, no, we don't.
I was just thinking, remember their altercation as TF1 Limit goes 5th. Yeah, I like this. Best qualifying of the season on your just before you take a sabbatical.
Oh, we're all cheering for him. Want him to get a good
nice
result here. Oh,
Yeah,
very
remember the McLarens had an altercation in Bahrain, Callum. Nervous?
Hmm.
Are you saying for? Are you thinking about it or just what?
Well, I'm not quite sure what you're on about, to be honest.
You were here. You were here last week. Wrongwood, no?
Yeah, I know.
So Pro LFC Ben in the pits then.
Yeah,
so he's not going to be on track to defend his pole.
He thinks he's
so
done enough.
The door is open.
Obviously thinks...
Should anyone want it? HLG fueled, but he's only going to... He'll get this lap and the next one, and then that's it. So HLG will be one of the first to cross the line.
Right, I'm seeing a different... I'm seeing a completely different thing on my screen.
What are you
This
seeing?
is really weird.
See?
I see... Right, I'm looking at the
Mackie's
stream.
out.
I've got 3
Mackie
people
pits.
that are in the pits.
Yeah, we've got Shadow Racer, Laters, and Mackie in the pits.
No, I've got Joran, HLG, and Ben in the pits.
Joran is
No,
definitely
they're
on a lap. HLG is
They're
also,
both on laps.
and Ben is the only driver in the
Right.
pits.
Okay. Well, I hope it sorts itself out because that's
Is
a
that
bit
why the
weird.
stream?
No. Yeah. So on my screen I've got HLG and Ben, and then Joran in the pits, and then
TF1 Limit
also
retires. Drops to 6th.
that is weird.
Master Optical G retires as well.
He pops it into 3rd though before he did. Good lap.
Does indeed.
There's the
No
Eagles
one
on a
can
lap.
seem to touch. Ben
That's
at
a
the
fair-
mighty HLG and Rid. The only one, you've got Joran as well, who's 7/10. Never mind. I was going to say 7/10 up, he hasn't even reached the first sector yet.
Stellar lap.
Eagle. does improve by a tenth
Here
and
we
stays
go.
fourth.
HLG crosses the line. It's quick, but it's not quick enough. He improves by 6 tenths. So the gap only 4 tenths. No, 3 tenths. 3.8. 0.382.
So he's there. He's
gap.
with them.
He's definitely there, but how is Ben's race pace? That's another thing we'll have to wait and see. So who else can? So it's just Joran then.
Taking this DRS.
I can't.
He's
I
down.
Can't see
Joran's down.
because he's in the pits for
3
me.
tenths down in the second. Having a few technical difficulties here in the broadcast. But hopefully the commentary's still there. We'll run you through.
I hope
remember-
it should just sort itself out.
Yeah, remember we're not under the usual host, so we're under the best that we've got. Let's see if Joran does improve.
Joran
on
was
his
down
lap,
in the
completed
second
with
sector.
35.9. Nope.
I didn't know. Stays 5th.
Stays 5th, his best qualifying so far this season. In fact, there's a lot of best performances in this top 10.
It's a very mixed
Run it
grid.
through.
So
through
this
this
could be
top
a bit of a
9.
crazy race. So we've got Ben on pole, closely followed by HLG, who puts in a stellar lap to claim second. Master Optical G in third. Desert Eagle in fourth. Joran, followed by TF1 Limit, taking up 5th and 6th. And Laters, Shadow Racer, and Mackie fill out the back of Q3. So then, it's early indications. What do we think then for the race? Wet, dry, intermediates, full wets? We shall wait.
I hope
Let's
it's
have a
mixed
look.
conditions.
It's dry.
Right to begin with. Skyline's
But
made
we
it
don't
in.
have any
Just on the
weather.
back.
Skyline starts from the back.
My
Now, who had
eyes
the
are playing
5 place
tricks on
grid
me.
penalty?
Bossman.
Bossman
had
did,
the
so I
grid
believe
penalty.
he'd be starting
He'd be pretty.
second button. In
pretty near
fact,
the
race
back,
director, there you go.
wouldn't
He is at the back. So, Skyline starts 15th. There's the top 10 guys on the
So
screen there.
Mazdino starts 14th. After the slight confusion, still don't really know what happened there, so we'll keep an eye on that one.
Must be the time. Must be the time.
It must be.
He was
I've
over 10
got a
seconds
funny
off.
feeling it is 100. It is the 107%. I've never seen that come into force though, which is really interesting.
So looking at the grid here, obviously the big watch will be Skyline. What can he do from 15th place on the grid? Obviously
see
late
some
in.
good
Has he
overtakes.
practiced enough? Has he practiced enough? I mean, I feel Dom's been hard done by. I think he can get himself into the top 10. He's definitely got some pace.
And there is
here.
no Ferrari. I thought that we had one Ferrari, but no,
Who are the usual Ferraris?
which is
I
a
know
real
why.
shame.
Because Kane Robber used to be in here and would have been, but Ryan took his spot. So, if you have anything on that, but I have to hand it to you guys. Top three, you both got it on.
We both called it.
On the nail. That isn't even the phrase I was thinking, but
Nail on the head, I believe is what you were going for.
hit the nail on the coffin or whatever. Optical G third. I hope Optical G does well. He's had such bad luck this season. It's ridiculous. I know I'm laying into him, but Blake's on his debut in 7th, BDRW in 12th. All good races. Are we going to start this?
Just quickly, Mackie, he's one to watch, the only one on Super Softs. So keep an eye on him.
I don't know why he's done that.
Run later. It's a strategy that works. So welcome everyone. If you've just joined us, you've missed out on quali, but we're just in time for the race. So this is round 4 of the ATA GP2 Division. We are in Sochi, and we should have a good race. We've got a good mixed-up grid. So let's see how that goes. As we have 5 red lights, and we are away. Oh, delayed. Bit of confusion going on there.
It's always delayed on it.
Go
down into turn 3 wide.
It's this. Oh, massive crash! Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, there's a Renault on top of the McLaren. Oh, this is not good.
Oh no!
Did anyone see what caused? I'm going to record that. I didn't see what caused that. lost 4. We've lost 4.
Basically everyone from 6th downwards got affected in that. 4 drivers out. That's the worst crash I've ever seen in an online lobby, apart from sprint mode.
I've had a career race around here where I've lost 8 cars.
HLG, that was a lunge,
corner.
and that, no, HLG's, is that HLG? Yeah, HLG spun it.
Is he out? Is he? No, he's still there. He's still in.
Spun it, got damage.
He spun round.
Dangerous reverse in front of the Sauber, and again in front of the McLaren.
I think the McLaren. That was messy, and we're going to hear a fair bit about that, I believe.
TF1 limit up.
Not normal.
Back has been hit by Joran. Joran's now got wing damage.
Oh, this is interesting. I've never seen a first corner go like. I mean, at one point, Joran was on top of another car. Bit of a double move, Joran. We can't really be doing those. That's risky. So I think it's just a matter of now everyone just needs to keep a cool head. Oh, Ace's day goes from bad to worse with a penalty for speeding into the pits. Obstacle G, Joran right behind each other going into turn 1. Oh, Joran's going to squeeze it. Side by side, keeping it clean though. This is madness. What a start. Oh, but Joran's gone awfully wide. That's going to allow Mazdinho to sneak. Oh, Mazdinho's in the wall.
No, he's not.
He is. He's had a tank slapper coming out of turn 3.
I know he had damage. Yeah.
He's lost his front wing. He's lost his front left side of his front wing.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Bossman Sky
can be said of limit.
King.
Article G is with him. I think Limit's got damage.
No, he looks alright.
Good.
Ow.
He looks fine.
How's he not got damage?
He didn't get any damage there, but he's holding the 3rd place for the Sauber team. As here comes Michael's team, the Haas, the filthy Ferrari. That's a dive! Oh!
It's not a dive, it's a lunge, it's a look.
That was a dive.
Ease off, Callum.
Right, let's keep this clean, guys. You know, let's focus on the race that we've got here.
Skyline's all over. Skyline's profited out of all of this.
Skyline's up to 6.
Comes into the pits.
Joran's got
He's up
massive
into 5th
front wing
now.
damage. So's Mazdinho. Oh, Joran hits the wall on the way in. Oh,
And Joran
he
gets the
side
speeding in the
stop goes the speeding.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's all about how fast Ryan can catch up.
Yeah, does so on the 3rd lap.
Oh yeah, of course.
Optical G looking to get past. Stop lunging my driver.
Well,
Optical G then.
We've got a technical lunger in the party anyway, Callum, so
hey, come on.
he hasn't said anything.
They're clean moves.
Mr. Krog.
TF1 limit goes a bit wide into 4. Goes defensive.
Defensive.
He's gone wide. He's let him
That's
through.
unlucky.
Hey, they're not lunges. They are tactical overtaking moves, and they have not got me into trouble as of yet. So we shall see.
As of yet.
One Ace is behind Joran, and HLG's race has now been ruined.
HLG's not going to be happy with that. Ace, 3-second penalty and a 5-second stop go already. Ace, oh, I thought that was a lunge. I thought Ace was thinking about it there.
I'm just thinking though, how is Ace look? Oh, no, bang my head right.
Oh,
He
no.
gets hit again.
Gets hit again in the air.
Ace, you weren't gonna go through there. There wasn't the room. Oh
no, that was dangerous from Joran, nearly wiping out his teammate. Ignoring yellow flag.
Heads. Or was that about keeping heads, Krog?
Yeah, commentator's curse on that one. So Mazdinho's running ultras and super softs.
Ryan,
we've seen that strategy before.
To TF1 limit. Ryan has already caught up to TF1 limit. He's absolutely
Right.
flying.
Kept that
He is
clean.
absolutely flying, yeah.
He somehow avoided the carnage.
Well, he was at the back, remember, so he must have just
Limit.
slowed down his
that's-
brakes. Limit's struggling.
Reeling
Limit,
him in
okay.
like he's a
Has
car.
Limit got front wing damage? Which could cause...
Possibly.
Or
He
if it-
doesn't,
or-
but it looks like he does. He's really...
Yeah, he's squirming around quite a bit.
I mean, let's not
is in the lead.
forget, no offense to Team Sub, but first time into Q3, and, you know, obviously we had this crash as well. He's higher up than he usually is. He's holding us he's doing a U-caliber, he's holding on position like his life depends on it.
Skyline looks.
Skyline, just, you know.
Yields nothing from it. I think
mean,
the
the worst
problem
thing for
Limit's got now, he's on a defensive drive as it is. Oh, Skyline spins up those rears. And the minute you start driving defensively, you just lose heaps of time to the guys in front of you.
I mean, the worst thing for me, well, there's two things. What it's created is Bossman in 6th is 21 seconds behind Ryan in 5th.
Ooh,
And,
Bossman skims the wall.
And arguably the only challenge really to Ben, or the only one who could challenge Ben, HLG, is all the way down in 9th. And he is...
We've got Optical G and Desert Eagle.
Yeah,
They could still...
HLG is 53 seconds behind the leader after that
But
5, because of
I
everything that's
think
happened there.
this race is a prime example of why our plea to Codemasters is, please fix the safety car. The safety car, if it was fixed, we wouldn't have this issue. But of course,
Nice
it's not
ball
being
over the-
fixed.
Oh,
No,
whoa,
that is
lunge,
nasty.
nudge.
Nasty.
Was that a lunge
God,
from
that
Skyline?
I've recorded that. Nasty.
Ryan's recorded it himself, I think. So that could be a contentious issue, but that was definitely a nudge wide, wasn't it?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not really an overtaking spot, that corner, unless you really have got the traction. Ace is retired then. That's a manual retirement for Acer.
Manual retirement, yeah.
Calls it quits on lap 5. Which is a shame, because everyone at the start of the season we were all saying Ace has got so much potential. We're just kind of yet to see that so far. He's always kind of getting involved in little kerfuffles at the starts, and it's kind of doing him in for the race.
HLG has gone up on the inside of Shadow for 8th place, so HLG is trying to salvage something from this race.
Ryan
HLG
is
is
the
not
top
going to be
gainer
happy.
here. He's gained 11 positions. What a start.
What I hope though is, you know, people don't start raging at one particular person, because that is just a freak accident. That just happens once every 50 races in league racing, doesn't it?
As actually, well, Limit is actually just
Yes.
keeping with Ryan here. I kind of lost my words a bit, but I thought he was going to dive bomb, and I was about to go no, but then I had to say something. But you know, he was keeping up with him, but I think Ryan's just getting back into the groove now. What a camera angle I get there, over the top.
Noticing Ryan is on the super soft, so maybe he can feature at some point in this race.
He's run slightly wide, but
How long have you guys not heard me?
about a couple of laps.
My mic
Yeah.
suddenly it's muted itself.
Oh, good.
Great success. So I'm back now.
Your equipment keeps on failing on you without you noticing, like your pedals, for example, from last night.
Yeah, I'm not having the best of luck equipment-wise at the minute, so we'll work on that. Apologies for that. At least I wasn't talking over anyone, because no one would have heard me. So I'm back now. I'll keep an eye on it.
Right, so quick mention up the front. Ben, obviously this first race, remember, 3.8 seconds over Eagle is no less the championship leader. What he said at the start though, Eagle doesn't like this track at all, but can he challenge Ben towards the end of the race?
But
Fastest
Eagle is
lap.
closing that gap. He is
Fastest
close.
lap has gone to Ben on the 38.
Which was the point I made before I realised my mic was muted. Eagle is catching, well, was catching Ben. And you've got to remember as well, penalties will creep into this. So it's whether Ben and Eagle can keep it clean and in between the two white lines. As Eagle gets a cheeky little corner cut there by the looks of things. So it's beginning to calm down. We've got Mackie right behind Shadow Racer. Mackie on the softs already. So Mackie running to the end. Or trying to. That's the closest battle we've got on the field at the minute.
Well, you got to picture this. Basically, everybody from 6 downwards was affected by that multi-car pileup. I mean, I've seen it on YouTube from career mode races, and sprint lobbies are prone for it, obviously, at this track. But I've never seen in a league race crash like that before. But that's what it gets, and the run down to turn 1. You got that flick, you know, the turn right flick, which, you know, obviously people need to negotiate. It's not really a corner, but people still have to turn, and all it takes is one little contact. It's like NASCAR and you know, the Indy 500, where they're all so close to one another. It takes one piece of contact, and so many cars get affected.
As Mackie is all over Shadow Racer here.
Oh,
Shadow's gone deep.
Oh, Shadow's gone deep.
That's going to affect Joran's
Keeps the front
chances
wing
as
though.
well.
Shadow going very deep. That's going to cost him. Joran could go for a lunge here.
Oh,
Thinks better of it.
Shadow sort of moved to cover, and Joran sort of backed out of it. Wasn't sort of like a bad move from Shadow, but at DRS now.
So Shadow already covering that inside line. I don't think Joran's going to be close enough. But he makes the lunge, and he's going to stick it. Shadow again has to leave him the room. Joran flicks it over to the what will be the inside then of turn 5. Thinks better of it. It's all fairly
One thing I
spaced
hope
out
from this race, Krog, and I certainly hope that you two would agree, that wasn't one single person's fault, really, was it? That multi-car
I personally didn't catch it.
Well,
it would be interesting to watch it back.
I just hope I hope the drivers will understand, or the people will understand that that is a freak accident. That's not normal.
That doesn't happen every time.
No.
So did I record it?
I mean, I caught it on the stream with the perfect angle, but it all happened so quickly.
Let's have a look. So it's all running smoothly.
I noticed Ben has got the gap up to over 6 seconds.
I can see what's happened there.
That's...
I mean, I won't say anything at the minute. We'll obviously review that with the stewards. But there could be a tiny bit of foul play involved there. We'll have to have a look at that later.
Okay.
Someone gave someone a squeeze, and that kind of erupted the lot of it. But we'll obviously review that when we've got more angles on it.
That's going to take a lot of analysis, that's for sure.
Oh, yes.
Multiple angles, I hope.
You did hear me at the start, didn't you?
I think so, partially.
Oh,
and we were all reacting to basically what happened.
Yeah. So how many viewers do we have at the minute then, Michael?
We had 10, it did spike about 15 when we had it started. I mean, obviously quite a few people are...
Guys, what position
It's not the most entertaining race because it's spread out.
HLG's 8th.
Okay. I mean, me and HLG spectator mode is just not collaborating right now, so... well...
Brushes the wall.
He's left the session. He was caught up in that as well. And
He was caught up in the carnage.
Two new drivers, Lates and BDRW, got caught in that.
Joran's still not past Shadow Racer here.
Mazdino
Nice.
pits. So
Especially Lates, because he was in the top 10.
Missing front wing. So Mazdino running to stint then.
So, question, guys. If you pit on lap 1, you have damage, and go onto the soft tyres, can you make it to the end? I know that sounds silly, but tyre wear around here isn't exactly...
It's a tough ask.
Big.
It's a very tough ask.
It's probably
We
possible.
saw
He just
Rosberg
has
do
to be
it.
very good, yeah.
We saw Rosberg do it in 2015. No, 2016.
That was real life, though. This is fantasy. That is also a song.
To be honest, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Your pace is not going to be exactly light in the timing boards. Light, but...
Leader pits.
So it's going to be a matter of... We do not know who's going to finish first until the checkered flag hit. So... It's going to be a matter... We're not going to know the strategy until the last lap. So Eagle's... Optical G stays out. Trying to get the overcut. If he's still got pace in those ultras, now's the time to deploy them. So Optical G comes out just behind his teammate. Skyline, who's running long on the super softs.
Gotta give credit to Ryan keeping out of that somehow. He just
I do not know how he avoided that. That is mad.
Hope he records it. Bit of lag there for Ben as well. I mean, as I said, the host is not the normal host, so we've got to bear that in mind because of unfortunate circumstances. But I mean, the lobby's been okay, apart from
it's not been bad.
Callum would disagree on that.
Spit off! Oh.
Codemasters, fix your game.
I've got HLG in flipping third at the moment. I don't think that's true.
Oh, he's
I
seventh.
can confirm that's not true. He is 7th.
Yeah, he's got Bossman behind him. So, I don't know what's going on.
Actually, as we mentioned that, Ben catches Skyline, and there's a bit of jumping around going, oh, Skyline, you don't want to hold up your teammate. This could end in tears.
Yeah, Ryan understands. Ryan understands. It's all good. Optical G pits.
It's from the lead.
You have to say he's doing a very good job so far. Personally, not being biased. This is my driver.
He could come out and match. Oh, Skyline! No, he's still going. Oh, I thought he was in the wall. Oh dear. Optical G gets going then. Could he?
Ryan's got damage.
Stays as it is. Has he?
Ryan's got damage.
He has. He's missing his front.
You notice
front
the
left
difference?
end plate.
Yeah, the difference between Ben and Ryan. You can see left end plate missing on him. Optical G pits, limit pits as well onto the soft tyres. Interestingly, Callum, have you told him a different strategy to do?
No.
Fair enough.
So obviously just making sure he gets to the end.
So HOG running to the end as well. So TF1 Limit's going to be running with HOG towards the end.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't believe it is.
No. Gone to the pits and it's not.
Okay.
Eyes baked tricks me, I thought it was.
I think my spectator
doing
mode
doing that too often. He's right behind Shadow for 9th place now.
Oh, getting very close.
I mean, it is overcast. It may rain still.
It could still rain. But then if it was going to rain, why would TF1 go onto the softs?
Yeah. NFC Ben, fastest lap of the race.
Drops on 1:37.7. So Ben out in front at the minute, leading by around 12 seconds.
That gap from him to Eagles jumped because he was only about 7 or 8 seconds before the pit stops or something.
Bossman's lost it at the second double chicane.
Oh, he's got damage as well. Blimey, this is making me think ahead to Monaco. The amount of damage people are getting and all the retirements. We're going to say Monaco's worse.
Krog's lagged out.
Krog's lagged out. It's going smooth. Brilliantly smoothly.
Has he lagged out the party?
And
Yes, he
pits.
has. So it's complete.
Yeah, he has.
So
Just completely
Joran,
lagged out lead.
as both are Renaults. I'm guessing that's HLG. Is he actually there on track? I'm not sure. But he's got Shadow Race has got both Renaults behind him now. I don't know. But Joran's definitely. I'm going to record this,
Yeah.
Michael, so you can see what I see.
Okay, can you invite Krog back?
He's. I think. Oh, hang
Joran
on.
looking up on the inside. Shadow, he's outbraked himself, focused too much on Joran behind him. He's through.
That's unlucky.
He was focusing way too much on Joran, weren't he? Just missed the braking point. Ben again sets the fastest lap. Invite Krog back in this party. I want a third commentator back.
Left by again.
What? Or he just had to leave the party first before running back.
There he is.
Hey, why is Krog inviting me to the game?
Hello? Am I back?
Hello.
Krog, why have you invited us to the game?
I don't know what's going on. Safe to say my kit has let me down this week. Oh dear. I disconnected in the race as well yesterday, so I don't really know what's going on now, to be honest. So we're back. Not much has changed. Skyline's still running on the super soft tyres in second place.
Nothing's really changed, just Joran got past Shadow.
So everyone a bit
What
spaced
position
out.
is HLG in for you guys?
5th.
He's 9th for me.
He's 5th for us.
Oh, for crying out loud.
We
Cody's.
outweigh your opinion,
Build
so
again.
our opinion matters.
The works. I'm gonna
Did
say
you
it
hear me
again.
mention about... I mean, we've got HLG, who we thought would be up there, 40 seconds behind Ben. I don't know if this was included earlier, but I said about the safety car. This is why we beg for a good safety car, and one that works. Because we wouldn't have this situation had there be a safety car that didn't completely lag the game out and ruin a race.
But you know the main issue, apart from it sometimes, keep on coming out of the, every 3 laps, even though there isn't anything on, no debris, no incident. But it's the cars that are disconnected.
Yeah. It picks them up as being still on the circuit. Which is a real shame, because HLG would be right up there otherwise.
Adam, who's that just left at the bottom of the
Shadow
screen? I
Race
can't see it because the
hits. Bossman's gone. Oh, Bossman's crashed. That is an interesting.
Why's he done that?
How has he done that?
Oh, he's hit the curb on the outside. You know that curb on the outside of the corner.
Yeah, and he's just ran along the wall. So Shadow pits
Well,
for
down to
softs.
10 runners.
Everyone's guaranteed points.
As long as they finish.
Mackie picks
Where's
up another
HLG on
penalty.
track for you?
5th.
He is 5th. He's just going around the double left-hand of the middle sector.
Oh, so he's going through the first corner for me. That's good. Right.
Wow, is that far back? Ben yet again, fastest lap.
Skyline pits.
You know I was gonna.
Skyline pits from second place.
We're not Callum, before you say anything, we're not having that conversation again. If I know what you're about to say.
Yeah,
You know-
we know
you
where
know
this
what
is
I'm about
going
to
to
say.
go, but we're not going to mention it.
Yeah,
Skyline swaps his wing.
he had damage, remember?
He had damage, but taking the punishment. There's no reason why Skyline can't finish on the podium here. If he gets a wriggle
It's going to be
on.
a bit of a gap. I mean, he's already 16 seconds. In fact, he's going to be behind HLG, I think. Yep. Behind HLG.
So he's
Pass
going to
him.
go
I
for
cannot
HLG.
see him.
Well, we can, and that matters because I'm on one with the camera. But yeah.
So
It's
Ryan's
a bit
going to be
harsh, but
right
yeah.
on the back of HLG then, surely, by the end of the race.
I'm still on Optical G to potentially catch Eagle. Last time I saw the gap was 4.7. He's got it down to 4.2 now. With 11 laps to go. It's now 4.1, so he is catching. No, jump start. Stop it, timing screen. Stop going up and down. Anyway.
Skyline taking 2/10 out of HLG already.
Right, so position change. Well, I'm going to say straight off driver of the day opinion. Skyline, obviously up 10 places from where he is now. Could obviously go higher than where he is now.
But we've also got to
Just-
keep in mind that nudge that Skyline made on one of the Saubers. Is that could be penalty worthy?
is
We
that?
don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
So who else would you say?
That's I don't know.
I mean, TF1 limit is a good offer. Because he's in 6th place.
I'd have to
He's
go.
there for a
I'd have
reason.
to, if HLG can maintain 4th, I would have to say him.
Well, he's
It's
first,
HLG.
so yeah.
No, he's not first.
I'd have to say HLG if he. I mean, even if he maintains 5th, which I think he will do, because Skyline will catch him.
Did he pit on lap 2?
Yeah.
I'm sure he did, but just double check to see whether he did. He definitely stopped.
So HLG. Yes, he pitted on lap 2, so he will have to stop again.
Oh, depends.
Yeah, it
Depends,
does
because we don't
actually.
know. Yeah, we don't know. No one's has ever tried going to softs from lap 2 to lap 27. So
Oh, he's on
Ryan
side.
is
He's on
captured
super.
him.
Stop. Oh yeah, Ryan will get him.
race
I think
director.
HLG will come 5th.
Yeah, Ryan's absolutely flying up behind. In fact, he's going to have DRS on the back. Can we have a good battle? We haven't seen
Through
many.
kinks 12 and through the kinks on 12 and 13. How much? Oh, look at that much she closes up under brakes.
I can actually hear HLG's car, I just can't see it.
Oh dear.
I'm pretty sure Ryan can see him on the screen.
Well, we'd hope so.
Yeah. He's going to have DRS at the end of this straight, but I don't think he's close enough for attack on turn 1.
I don't know. Oh, Twitch.
Eddie's power? No, surely not.
No, he's surely not. Oh,
He thought about
very
it.
close.
He thought about it.
He did think about it.
Mhm.
He doesn't need to. He can just stay behind him. Doran
Optical
pitched
G
from
has
8th.
got the gap down to 3.6. Come on, boy. Come on. Do it.
Skyline could be
County
gearing up
podium
to
as long as
pass
he
where he
finishes.
passed the Sauber.
Yeah. Don't do the same move as you did. Jeez.
Ooh, Ryan getting very brave on the brake. Has he lost his front wing again? Front right.
Oh my god, he has.
He has.
He has, yeah.
So he's lost the other side
Damage
of
on his right.
his front wing compared to his first stint.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously the battle to be on board with. Everyone else fairly spaced. So where has he lost that then?
There's no battle. It's on my screen.
Right,
Hey, at
PC,
least he's
Optical and
in
Eagle.
Yeah,
Optical and Eagle,
opticals.
Callum.
Right, so my like positions are Ben, Eagle, Optical G,
Yeah,
Ryan, no,
wrong.
HLG, Ryan, Limit, Mackie.
But I mean to interrupt you, Callum, but
Marstinian.
Skyline's going to make a move here.
I can't see
HLG
him.
doesn't fight it.
Can't see him. I can see him making
Can't
the
really
move. I
fight
just
it, can
can't
he?
see him.
Oh,
No love shown to HLG from Ryan. Gives him the squeeze.
I'm gonna
Optical
record
G now
that because
2.8 behind.
come on,
There's
Optical.
Eagle in third place.
I'm not biased, I swear.
Ben doing everything he
Come on,
needs
if it
to
was
up
Ferrari
front.
driver, you would.
But there is
If it
no
was a Sauber driver,
Ferrari.
Callum would be doing it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm going to be the only Ferrari
bloody
driver scoring
solid
points this week, which is a real
Yeah,
shame.
6th and 9th.
Solid job from the Saubers.
Although Joran is once
Sauber
again
have really got it
battling.
right.
Joran,
Joran
go
wants-
away. Get out of your banana car. No.
Oh, that's
Joran.
brave. That was brave. And the frustration goes up. Shadows on the
Shadows
inside.
right back.
This could
Shadows
end
up
it.
here,
Is
no.
Joran going to dive it?
Oh,
yes,
that's
he
a
does.
big
But
dive.
that's a corner cut.
Yeah.
That'll be a warning.
Alright.
Go for it.
This is
Yeah.
sketchy between these two. Shadow Racer doing all he needs to, keeping the car in the middle of the circuit. This could. Oh, Shadow. Oh,
He's gone
leave
for
it
it
now.
again.
Oh, he's gone for
Wow,
it. He's
he's
kept it
alongside.
clean. Switches to the inside.
That's a squeeze.
Shadow.
That he squeezed
no!
him into. Oh, no. Nasty.
How did he get no
Nasty.
damage?
Not happy. Not happy with the way people are treating my drivers tonight.
Yeah, but he didn't
You're
get any
not
damage,
biased.
so he can still come back to him.
No,
I
I mean, that
not
got,
fair.
What lap?
that got close as you like, didn't it?
That
He
was
squeezed him
some
into
good
making a
driving there.
corner cut, which led him to having a penalty.
Right, gentlemen.
Joran put those supers on
1.6.
lap 18.
1.6. 1.4.
1.5.
Kind of battle.
Desert Eagle, no damage. Optical G in. Oh!
Oh!
Spinned it! Ben's
Oh, no.
out!
He's crashed!
Ben's out!
Out in turn 50!
Crash!
Our race leader out! How has he done that? He's lit up the rears on the exit of the corner and put it in the wall.
Oh my
Oh,
Ben,
Ben!
no.
You've done a
Which makes the
Liverpool.
Optical G and Desert Eagle battle even more crucial because it's now for the win.
Oh. Ben's done
Ben,
a Liverpool
no.
and cracked under pressure.
He is going to be gutted, and I feel
That
so
is
sorry for him. He had
heartbreaking.
that win.
But that's the way the
Oh.
cookie crumbles.
So Skyline into third.
Skyline
Optical
into
G and
Optical
Eagle
G
for the win.
For the win now. This is just really cranked up a notch.
Oh
Ben,
dear. Limit's
no.
going to go up to fifth. I'm happy he's there, but then next
The
week.
HL losing into Skyline. I think
he hasn't
HLG is
given up,
taking
has
too
he?
much out of his tyres.
What's
HLG
the
could be
gap?
on the podium here.
What's
This
the
is
gap?
interesting. 0.7 seconds now.
Oh,
Between,
wow,
yeah,
I
between
thought,
Ryan and
I thought my
Skyline.
timing screen had worked, but it was 8.8 seconds behind. I'll give up. It's only 1.2
HLG.
between Optical G. It's 1 second. He's really caught in that mid.
It's not within DRS yet. Didn't DRS just.
He's 9/10. He's gaining.
He is gaining. So
on, Skull.
Optical G
Come on,
finding all this pace. Has he won a race yet? I don't believe he has.
No. Nope. He was in the
So
F1
we'll-
division
We'll keep
from
it
last
quiet.
season.
Commentator's curse we do not want here.
Just want a clean battle now. Just want a clean battle with everything that's
So
happened. I just
Optical
want a
G
clean
running
battle.
with 0.6 of fuel. Desert Eagle running with 1.1. So Eagle has the fuel, but he doesn't seem to have the pace. And still
He's-
no
he's
DRS.
always-
He's always out of DRS at the key point.
I mean, in terms of the championship, Eagle's got to be relatively happy because he's got Ryan and HLG behind him. Quite far behind him, with everything that's happened, obviously. But so championship-wise, he doesn't
Eagle extends his
need
lead
to do anything rash.
as it finishes now.
What I'm saying is, I know it's early days, but what I'm saying is, even if Optical does pass him, he's still in a very good position as Ryan. Oh, that penalty might be interesting. Might have to get a 3-second gap.
I still think HLG could be on the podium here, and that would be a cracking
Callum,
result.
can you quickly check something? Do Eagle and Optical have penalties? Because obviously, if they do,
We can have a look.
Let's have a look.
I'm hyping this up, and if they both have penalties, well, one of them
Eagle
does,
does
and the other
not.
one doesn't.
And Optical doesn't either.
He just went over a curb, and a race control thing come up. I thought he. Oh. So tense.
It's a hard track, not to keep clean on this one.
Oh.
So Eagle stands to extend his championship lead. He's sitting
Ben's
on
left the
46 at the
session.
minute. This will kick him up to 71.
Lost a bit in that final sectors, but back
I
to
think
1.4.
Eagle-
Still.
I think Eagle's got the fuel for
playing with
this.
him.
I think he
He's
is.
just playing with him.
Because Eagle has the fuel, and I imagine the tyres to go to the end.
Yes,
The
Limit,
attention.
you're in fourth. Keep going.
He's in 5th. Limit.
Yes, he is, because
Limit-
he just
Limit's
bloody
fifth.
changed again. Oh.
I think the one to keep an eye on here. Oh, HLG gets a lag that nearly puts him into the wall. HLG still 1.7 behind Skyline. So he's still on the podium as it stands. Can Skyline eke out the gap?
Ice playing tricks on me again. I thought it was raining. Ah. I'm still tired from yesterday.
So an interesting one this has turned out to be. So if you've just joined us, we're near the end of this round 4 race in Russia. Our race leader, Pro X LFC Ben, has crashed out with just over 6 laps to go. So obviously the luck not with him this evening. It's Desert Eagle and Optical battling it out for the win now. 1.5 separating, 1.4 now separating the two of them, with Skyline and HLG scrapping for the final podium positions. So Michael, obviously you're going to back your driver. Do you think he can do it?
It's all going to be down to. Well, I hope it's not going to be decided by track limits. That's the one thing I hope from this. I mean, if you've just joined us and hadn't seen the start, it's been a crazy race. All with like what? I can't think how many cars. There was like almost 10 cars involved.
We lost 6 in the
I
first
think,
lap. No, 5.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, only the top 6 on the grid weren't affected out of the 16. So there's about 10 cars got involved, 4 eliminated on the spot, and from there we've whittled down. People have had damage. I feel so sorry for Ben, but so hyped up for Optical, who's on the back of potentially his first win in 88. But you got Eagle just keeping control, it seems. I mean, as Callum said, he's got the fuel to potentially run a rich. Eagle, Optical does not, unless he saves some, unless he's saving fuel.
Sorry, Michael. HLG's just made a mistake, which has dropped him out of that key 3-second window. On for 4th then at the minute. 3 seconds with Ryan, which he will struggle to do on those softer tyres.
I mean, I'll take my hat off to him if he can get to the end with those sets of tyres from lap 2.
Yeah, that's a stellar drive. So we are going to have to negotiate some lap traffic then at the end of this. Eagle catching his teammate, ironically, Mackie, who's in 9th.
Ooh.
So hopefully there'll be no fears there.
Close. Close to the edge of the
corner cut.
track.
These
He's got to
guys
be
are
so
pushing it.
careful.
I don't know how many warnings
Maybe
either of them have got.
It can be so easy to do it, even if you don't mean to corner cut. You're turning too early, turning too late.
Even if you catch a curve at the wrong angle, it's going to spit you out.
Oh, he's caught. Obstacle's caught
Telling
2
you.
tenths. Let's
I'm
jump up.
telling you right now, Optical G is a lucky,
No,
lucky
he's got a
boy.
Picks up the
penalty.
penalty.
Oh, he's a lucky boy before then though, because he had 3 warnings and didn't get a penalty. Eagles had 2 warnings in 2 laps though.
Yeah, but Optical G is he's suddenly caught up massively.
Well, he's got to pass him.
He's got to pass him. He's got to pass him and pull clear, but if Optical G can keep the pressure on Eagle and force him into making a mistake and cutting the
this
corner
lap-
a little bit too much, it's
Yeah,
still
this
to
lap,
play for.
Eagle's losing it. Camera,
And
thank you.
this will be the first lap that Optical G will have DRS.
He's going to kick himself when he realises
He
a penalty,
loses
may
this
have
on
robbed him the
penalty.
win.
So DRS goes open then for Optical G. Closes that gap up. Not enough for a dive bomb, we hope. Very good. That would be a
Close enough.
massive move.
I hope
HLG
he doesn't
trying to
make.
reel
I don't
back
think
in
he will.
Skyline. He ideally needs to be on the back of him by the end of this lap if he wants to do it. So both running now roughly the same amount of fuel.
I reckon what's happened there was Eagle realised and shoved it up into Rich, and it's just giving him that extra bit of.
Oh,
This is
he's trying
I
Optical,
would
isn't
not want
it?
to be you, Michael, watching this. I tell you that much.
Eagles on his last warning.
I'm watching it, so I am.
Eagles on his last warning. He's got 2 warnings, and he's got his teammate in front of him.
That neutralises Skyline's penalty, so HLG cements his 4th place.
Will they catch Mackie before the end of the race?
I'm pretty sure they will.
Well, Optical is
So
so close now.
Is Optical tactically corner cutting here? He knows he's got 3 warnings left before another penalty. It's the last lap. Here we go then.
He's not
Eagle's
close
gotta
enough to turn 1.
He's got to keep it. He's got to keep it in the
He
white
gets
lines.
such a good drive at that final corner.
He does. It just slingshots him down that back straight.
Under braking. He gains so much.
All
I think
Eagle's
Eagle's
got to do
he's
is just
running
keep
more
it on the track
downforce.
limits.
And keep it in front of him. That's all he's got to do. But we will catch Mackie.
Even if he falls behind.
His teammate could
He's made a
be-
mistake though.
His teammate could. Oh no!
No,
I don't-
Mackie will not get in the way.
should-
Mackie will
should
not.
stay out of the way.
He shouldn't. He shouldn't. Eagle's probably screaming at him to get him out of the way. But I don't think
but
Mackie
he's
will.
He's
not.
staying ahead to give him the DRS.
Was he? Yeah.
Or Eagle
Oh.
makes the mistake though. Optical G closes right up. We have half a lap to go and rush of the gap. 0.3 seconds.
The fact that
Mackie
he's got
gets out.
DRS is going to save him.
Mackie gets out of the way. I think up.
That was clever.
G looks
that
at
was very
it.
clever.
That's why I think he kept him in
Gone
front of
deep.
him. He's gone deep.
Gone deep.
Optical G could be in here. No, he keeps
No,
it.
he
No
looks like he's
dives.
going for it. He's got another Renault in front of him. The Renault has to get out of his way. That could have been bad.
No, that's
What? He's
HLG,
not gonna
that's
get
your
out.
That's
HLG
HLG's
ghost
car.
Oh,
It's going to be Eagle
I
that
think
wins
Eagle's
this
going to take it.
by a hair. So Desert Eagle wins in
Oh.
Russia. Optical G finishes second.
Well done, Eagle.
What a race!
Well done.
You two. Picking up some pieces there. Fantastic drive from the both of you. Skyline comes home in 3rd, which is a very impressive run. HLG will come home fourth.
I hope Skyline recorded. He probably did that incident right at the start, because it was probably an absolute
I wanna
mess
know
from
how he got out
HLG
of
from
that.
lap 2. From lap 2 to the end of the
Impressive
soft
run.
tyres. Very good stuff.
Impressive run. And of course, Limit finishing 5th, one of his best results in his final races. Hats off to him. Cracking job.
Well done. Well done, Limit.
Well done, Limit. Good one. And we hopefully will see you again, but we don't know.
Here.
So if all works
Aldinho
out,
6th place.
that's not bad from Marsdino. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty spaced out now. So Joran's going to confirm 7th, and Shadow Racer comes home in 8th. So Sauber picking up a 5th and an 8th there, Callum. So I imagine you're pretty pleased with that one.
Oh yeah. Solid points in
Thinking of
both
something. So
divisions.
10 points for Limit and 4 points for Shadow is 14. Not as much as
There
Fast
we-
because Optical G got 2nd with 18. Ha, Callum. Ha.
Do you know what?
Let's keep
Michael?
it simple. We'll discuss that once the stream has ended.
We're starting this. We're starting this
After
Well,
the
me and-
after the
Me
stream.
and I's finished in front of you, so overall we've gained more.
Keep the handbags at the sides. So
There's the
a
podium.
very interesting race. Very interesting indeed. We're featuring Lewis Hamilton. There we go. So then, guys, driver of the day before we get into the podium interviews. Who's your driver of the day then, Callum?
My Sauber driver.
Limit?
Solid
Really
race.
Yeah.
He did have a very solid drive. Michael?
Right,
yourself?
can one of you take or Callum, can you take a screenshot, please, of the results? Yes, I would agree with Limit on driver of the day, because just as a whole, really, you know, qualifying to be into Q3 for the first time and up there. I mean, shout out to HLG, obviously, from lap 2 to the end on soft tyres, regains to 4th, and Skyline, obviously, from the back. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think any of the top 5 really have done
I'd have to agree
themselves
with
good.
you. Limit. He's excelled himself in what we hope is not his final race. But so Limit, TF1 Limit is our F1 driver of the day. Well, what an interesting race. So then, that was a very interesting race. Lots to talk about on that. Lots indeed to talk about. So we're just trying to get the drivers in, and then we shall conduct the podium interviews. Let's just make sure they're all invited in. Yeah. So,
I missed that. I kind of want to know.
Limit. We voted Limit as driver of the day.
Really?
Cracking result in quali. Kept it clean throughout the race. All round good performance. No incidents. No. So he gets our driver of the day. Tough one though. Very tough one to pick from. A lot of candidates for that one.
I thought it should have been HRG personally, but that's my opinion. You're the live streamers. My opinion.
What you were going to say yourself, Ryan, a little bit.
To be honest, it was
HRG with the
between
comeback drive.
it was between you, HLG, and Limit. So
I think it should have been HRG pushing them softs as far as he did, because he was struggling with them softs towards the end of the race.
just waiting to get people in.
Optical G doesn't have a mic, so I'm going to message him that, but Eagle definitely does, so
As Eagle joins.
there we go. Right, who's going to do podium? Oh, I believe it's Grog, actually, because
I can...
his show, technically.
So we shall start with our race winner, Desert Eagle. Only 2 weeks on from your first win in the league, you've picked up your second. So congratulations on that one. So you're running in second place for most of that race. What went through your head when you saw Ben crash out? What went through your mind at that point?
Oh, well, I feel really bad for Ben. I think he had the pace to win this race, and I think he did deserve it. You know, he was fastest. Um, but when I saw he was out, I was very happy because I knew that I could win that race. But my obstacle, well, he was quicker, but yeah, the last lap was so tense because there was Mackie in front of me, so I mean, I was kind of shouting for him to get out of the way, and he did. Thank you to him.
We thought you would
He
be.
led.
We thought you would be.
Yeah, I was. But yeah, I mean, congratulations to Optical G for his first podium. I think it's his first podium anyway. Croc, you said I had my second win. This is only my first.
I thought you won in China.
No, that was Legends.
Oh, it was your first Oh, it was Legends.
Yeah.
Apologies then. Apologies for that one. But you've got the win anyway, so congratulations on that first win in GP2. So
you.
well done on that one. So we're just waiting to hear from Optical G, who doesn't have a mic, so he will be messaging Michael with his response to that. But you didn't get a penalty, I believe, did you, Eagle?
No, I did not.
That's a very good drive.
The second to last corner, I was very close because I cut it a little bit. I think it was. I don't know, but still, it was
That's a good
was
drive.
enough. Yeah.
And of course, condolences to Ben, who
Yeah.
of course made a mistake or caught a curb. We don't know. I don't think many of us saw it. But that is a shame. But that's sport, I'm afraid. You can have it and then lose it all in 1 microsecond. So I think we'll move on to Skyline. We'll do third. We'll interview third while we're waiting for Optical G to come on. So Skyline, starting from the back, having missed qualifying. One question I think on everyone's mind is how on earth did you make it through that kink of turn 1 without hitting anyone?
Oh, well, I had a bit of a funny start actually. A little bit of a short story. I was doing a mess around in the practice lobby where I turned off traction control. I started the race and I had no traction control, and I was like, shit, fuck, pause the game as quickly as I could, turn traction control to medium, and I was like, right. And next thing I know, I was going through a bunch of ghost cars. I was like, what's happened here?
Shit, pause the game as quickly as
Whoever's watching the stream, we can hear that.
listening.
Don't do that.
Yeah, Eagles active for Eagle. But I felt really lucky to get through it.
Cool.
But I'm not gonna lie, I do feel a little bit bad.
Sorry, I accidentally played it by accident.
I do feel a little bit bad for a couple of people though, because I don't feel like I deserve the podium in a way, because I think HLG deserved it more than me, and obviously I feel bad for Ben for crashing out. You know, yeah, he is my teammate, but I mean, if he can keep the car under control, I mean, I get in the place out of it, but I feel so bad for HLG in that race. I mean, he got screwed from the start again, and he was saying the entire race he couldn't be arsed, and I was almost tempted to give him the third just so he could have a bit of a celebration, so to say, but he fell a bit far back for me just to let him through again at the end of the race. So if he'd kept on pacing me, I
He's
think
still got
I'll let him through.
fourth.
Fourth is still an
Did get
excellent
fourth.
result, but we can't.
He's
You
still
can't
got
be
fourth. You've got to look
giving
at
up.
that.
It's a tough, and luck does change. I had appalling start to last season, still clawed it back to second in the championship. But yeah, so have we heard anything from Optical G yet, Michael? Are you a driver?
Come on, you just message him now because I got a lot of thing on the chat.
I do want to say one thing though, like some of the driving today was great. Like I heard a few battles going on, and apparently it was quite fun to be part of. I just think that people need to be a bit more cautious into like the first couple of laps sort of thing. I know like it's not necessarily something that you say on stream, but it's obvious that the people watching can see it as well. But it does need sorting. Like I know it's not ideal because we always have lag starts and the game's broken and it lags for the first couple of laps. But people need to start learning that the game's not perfect. You're gonna have incidents. You know, just give each other a bit more space and just be a bit more aware of what's around you, because people don't seem to have that at the minute, in my opinion. But
Yeah, I mean that is a shame that we're having to say that. that the game is it's not up to par. We're not going to glaze over it. The game is not up to par as it should be. We've had 12 updates and we're still I don't believe anywhere near as good as 2016 was online by the end of that life cycle. So that is a shame. And we mentioned in the stream as well, if the safety car was there and we had the safety car, we wouldn't have had a race like that. It would have been completely different.
I think
but
we
it
could
is
say
a
that
shame.
about a few races this season, though. Like, if you had the safety car, we'd have had.
Yeah.
Well, we've had now 8 races. I think we've had the safety car in at least 6 of them.
Yeah, we would have done. But we deal with what we've got. I mean, hopefully, if anyone is from Codemasters listening to this, please fix the safety
they?
car. Well, if they are, who knows? You never know. You never know.
But they're hardly masters of code. They couldn't fix it anyway.
Exactly. Well, if they are listening, you know, Krog, you're being all civil about this. If they are listening, what the hell is this? Who tested this? Oh, I know who tested this.
YouTubers.
TMF
No,
Marduk, who doesn't know
You see,
shit.
this is the thing. I was reading about this earlier today. They never actually test
no.
multiplayer. It's always single player because they never have a multiplayer build ready. It's always single player that gets tested. Hence the single player being brilliant this year. I think it's one of the best it's been. But the multiplayer, oh my goodness, it's diabolical at the minute. There's netcode issues, there's a bit of lag, safety car still isn't fixed after 12 updates, which I think is pretty bad. I mean,
They did have it working at one point, though. How
yeah,
did they
I don't
break
get.
it?
And then they switched something back, and it broke again. So what do we?
So
Well, we go on
The
with
problem
what
is,
we've
though,
got.
from the very start of the game, like if you think about it, I'm not sure if you had it yourself, Krog, but I know myself and Michael did. But we had the closed beta where you got a code, and you could tell just from that the game wasn't going to be right because the amount the game kept crashing, the amount that
It was brought forward, wasn't it? An earlier release.
I'm not sure about that, but
I'm not sure. But anyway.
but it obviously wasn't ready. I don't know why they brought it out so soon and rushed it when they knew just from the closed beta that it was broken.
Has its issues. Well,
I
we
have
deal
my
with
guesses.
what we've got. So we'll continue on. We will troop on. We won't glaze too much over the fact that
What a
we just
response,
had a
by the way.
very entertaining race. And as on cue, I'll pass over to Michael to run us through the response from Optical G on his second place.
Which, by the way, I'm so happy about to use. So, just one more thing. I think they probably rushed it because of esports. Hence why they rushed a lot of updates to get it fixed.
But it's not fixed.
Well, fixable for esports. Not fixable for, online servers. It would work if, everyone was together in the same room. Still. Anyway, Optical G has said I was going to be Mr. Stay Out of Trouble from the start. That's what I said to myself. And after I got past limit, it was plain sailing up until Ben retired. After that, I was pushing to catch Desert, but in the end, I couldn't. So GG, everyone. Yes, you did a good job. I said good for way too long there. But quickly, Eagle, I've got one more question for you. Obviously, leading the championship going into this because of HLG's and Ryan's problems, but they still got third and fourth. You still extend your lead in the championship. Do you think coming into Spain now, because you said, well, I got the impression that you didn't like this track. Do you like Spain? Is Spain a good one for you?
I mean, I'm all right. I mean, it's like I kind of don't like tracks, and then I practice, and I just like them. So, I mean, I mean, I know Obstacle G really likes this track. Like he told me that Ben is apparently his favorite track. It's just I just got lucky with him crashing. So, yeah, Spain. Predictions probably. I don't know.
We'll see. We will see.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can always try and
I
find
think-
second if you want Desert Eagle, because I'd like to take the win around Spain if you don't mind.
Oh, is that a challenge?
I mean, if
Gauntlet
I'm
thrown
leading,
down.
I think that's a challenge. I think that's a 1v1 throwdown. Oh, Ryan's all shy now. He doesn't want to keep on going. Anyway,
Wait.
So should we-
let's wrap this up.
Let's
We
wrap
need to
this up. Michael, do you want to say anything before I finish this off?
I think I'll let Callum say a few words. He's been left out a bit, actually. What can you say about that race? Who's anyone impressed you? What can be said about that?
I think the Sauber. I'm not being biased, but the Sauber
Wow.
drivers did a really solid job tonight. No, they did.
You are.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I do agree though.
They did. Like, what was it? 5th and 8th. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Optical G did really well. Ryan, I don't know how you stayed out of that. Well, I'm just that carnage that was the first straight. Yeah, it was actually just a good race to watch, really. Well, HLG was in the wrong position every 5 seconds, but that's not the point. Yeah.
Yeah. Just hoping another crash like that doesn't happen again. Basically, I don't expect it to. I'll be very surprised if it does. I mean, that's just the natural thing of Russia. I mean, I believe it's the only track. Correct me if I'm wrong. That has a long straight which has a kink in it, and I think it's that kink that causes trouble.
130
No, from the start line. From the start line, Callum.
Yeah, we
Oh,
do
from the
have
start,
clips
I don't
of
know.
the start. I've got a few
Yeah,
viewpoints
we'll
on that,
analyse that.
which we will share
Analyse
later
it.
on. But that's been it. We've hoped you all enjoy. We certainly have. Very entertaining race, lots of ups and downs for everyone. So that was round 4 in Russia. So we shall see you next week for ATA round 5. We're in Spain, in sunny Barcelona, hopefully, for what could be a very interesting race, because a lot of people liking that circuit. But as from me, Michael and Callum, we all wish you a very lovely week, and we look forward to seeing you next week in sunny Barcelona.